Hey, what's going on, everyone? Lamar here, about to watch another episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is Season 1, Episode 3, Power Broker. And a quick recap of what happened last episode. Well, we found a little bit more about the Flag Smashers, which are kind of a terrorist group that goes around... Oh, is it really a terrorist group? I don't know. It kinda? Like, we got to find out more about their leader, Curly. I thought their leader was going to be that big dude, but apparently it's this girl, Curly. They're all super soldiers. I don't know where they got the serum from because this is, like, way down the line. So they have to be... I don't know when they were being... Like, would it be, like right after Hydra? Or, I don't know when they would come in, but they're there. And their whole thing is about they want to get back to like the blip time where half the world was gone, so there's a lot more like resources, a lot more humanitarian things where people can like help each other easier because there's less people in the world, but in the universe, but in the world. And when people came back, it kind of went back to where it was, where it's like more inequalities and stuff because there's less resources. So they go around and they're stealing like medicine and food to help people. So there are terrorists, but they're also humanitarians, and it's just I think this should make a good villain if a villain is like thing makes sense and you can kind of identify with it. It kind of it's a good villain, right? Where technically they are terrorists, but they are humanitarians as well because they want to help a lot of people. It's just how they go about it is kind of weird. It's like really risky. But yeah, also, I like how they killed off one of the super soldiers by just shoot him to death. I thought, because like, they're super soldiers, they can like rip off the poles or something, like break the buildings or throw them in front of them, because they were going against regular people. So they could have just, like, he should have won. I don't like how he said that, I'm going to stop, and then he just got shot, and then just as a distraction. So it's like, eh. But anyway, but yeah, also speaking about super soldiers, we got to meet Isaiah, and he is, they say he was like, he was a problem, just like Steve was a problem. So I think he's older. Like I think he would be like the first like Cap, like the first Cap, like the prototype Cap, because they said how much a problem he was, and Bucky even fought him. So I don't know if he was like working at the same time as Steve, because he said Steve didn't know about him, which is really weird. Like how does Steve not know about him if they're really similar? They both have the serum. They're both super soldiers. So how did he not know about him? I don't know. But even after the whole Hydra thing happened, Isaiah was arrested for like 30 years and then like doing a bunch of tests on him and stuff. So it is actually really weird to see, because Steve is the poster child for Captain America, and boom, and then you have Isaiah, who's like the dark secret of Captain America. I guess he's like, maybe he was a test subject, the first Cap test. I don't know, but maybe they'll bring more into that. That'd be really cool. Also, okay, let's do some. I will eventually call Walker Cap. I will eventually do that, but it's just it's just something about him that rubs you the wrong way. It's just you don't trust him. Also, you got to be Battlestar, and just like I think the fact that Walker like mentioning like kind of it's not even like a buddy system. It's literally like I'm the superhero, you're the sidekick. That's kind of I felt with like the Walker and Battlestar. And that's why Bucky was like, nope, I'm out of here. But one big thing with Bucky was very, very important, especially even with Sam, because it's like the last thing you said is like they don't consider themselves like as, even I did that in the first episode, where it's like kind of like they're kind of like the B team. They're not the main iconic folks, but they are there. But it's just that feeling where it's like you just treat them like sidekicks. So I guess that's why Sam doesn't like him. But I mean, it is very, because something about Walker's off. I will admit, something about Walker is off. It just feels weird. You know what I mean? It feels really weird about him. They also got to speak to the therapist. So the Sam Bucky, they got to see Bucky's therapist, and that was just pretty funny. But trying to figure out, because they're gonna go speak to Zemo now, like Dr. Zemo. So I don't know how that's gonna lead up to, where that's gonna lead, how that's gonna like portray in the future, where it's gonna go off to. But I can't wait to see how this is all developing. And there's a bunch of stuff going on all at once. But I think that's enough of me talking, and I got most of what I got done. So yeah, so let's get this episode. Let's go.
When half of us came back, it was time to rejoice and reunite. The Global Repatriation Council knows that for many, it wasn't that easy. So much has changed. But we're here to help you find your way. GRC, the Global Repatriation Council. Reset, restore, rebuild.
Yep. It looks like reset, rebuild. Here they come.
Let's move.
Sir, my name is John Walker.
Hey, stop!
You're harboring a dangerous criminal named Carly Morningsaw. Do you know her?
Ich habe keine Ahnung, wovon du sprichst. Ihr Amerikaner seid Unmenschen geboren.
It's bullshit. We know she came through here. Now where'd she go? Do you know who I am?
The bitch? Like,
Yes,
bruh.
I do, and I don't care.
You know who I am?
Like something from someone
Nobody.
I can't see. I'm gonna go along.
Why?
Because you're an Avenger. You know how he feels about that. We have a history together, trust me.
Желание, Javoi, 17.
Those days are over.
Oh, you try to activate him.
At least you were not conscious for most of your imprisonment.
That time wasn't exactly a picnic.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. It was never personal. You were simply a means to a necessary end.
Someone recreated the super soldier serum. I need to find out who.
You are assuming Hydra has something to do with this.
Yeah.
Which is why you came to me.
Yeah.
Which means you are desperate.
Maybe.
Luckily for you, I know where to begin.
Look, Zemo's gonna mess with our minds, especially yours. No offense.
Offense. Super soldiers go against everything he believes in.
He blew up the UN. He killed King T'Chaka and framed you for it. Did you forget that? You think the Wakandans forgot about it?
Look, let me just walk you through a hypothetical. Can I walk you through a hypothetical?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Now, in this lockup, it's 9-1, prisoners to guards. And if 2 prisoners start fighting, then the protocol says 4 guards have to respond.
So why would 2 prisoners randomly start fighting at that moment?
Who knows? There could be many reasons. But the point is, these things escalate. Lockdown procedures would have to be initiated. With all those bodies flying around left and right, wouldn't be hard to slip down a hallway or 2.
Now he's in this cell.
And if the fire alarm got tripped while the prisoners were being separated,
Someone could use the chaos to their advantage.
I don't like how casual you're being about this. It's unnatural. Are you in... Where are we, man?
He escaped. Wow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, what are you doing here?
I didn't want to tell you because I knew you wouldn't let this happen, okay?
What did you do?
We need him, Sam.
If I may.
No!
When Steve refused to sign the Sokovia Accords, you backed him. You broke the law and you stuck your neck out for me. I'm asking you to do it again.
I really think I'm invaluable.
Shut up.
Shut up, man.
Okay, if we do this, you don't make a move without our permission.
Fair.
Okay, Zemo. Where do we start?
I spent years hunting people Hydra recruited to recreate the serum. Because once it's out there, someone can create an army of people, like the Avengers. I ended the Winter Soldier program once before. I have no intention to leave my work unfinished. To do
So he
this,
just
we'll
had
have to
a
scale
mass
ladder
and
of
his
low
cars
maps.
just like lying
Join the
around.
party.
Who can
We
clean
already
these
started.
things?
First stop is a woman named Selby. Mid-level fence I still have a line on. From there we climb.
So all this time you've been rich?
I'm a baron's son. My family was royalty until your friends destroyed my country. Bravo to you, Esli. Drożaniec.
Why don't you tell us about where we're going?
Sorry. I was just fascinated by this. I don't know what to call it, but this part seems to be important. Who is Nakajima?
You touch that again, I'll kill you.
I'm sorry. I understand that list of names. People you've wronged as the Winter Soldier.
I've seen that book. It was Steve's when he came out of the ice. I told him about Trouble Man. He wrote it in that book.
You must have really looked up to Steve. But I realized something when I met him. The danger with people like him, America's super soldiers, is that we put them on pedestals.
Watch your steps, Zemo.
They become symbols. And then we start to forget about their flaws. From there, cities fly, innocent people die, movements are formed, wars are fought. Do we want to live in a world full of people like the Red Skull? That is why we're going to Madripoor.
What's up with Madripoor? Pirate sanctuary back in the 1800s.
It's kept its lawless ways, but we cannot exactly walk in as ourselves. James, you will have to become someone you claim is gone.
It's gotta be the Winter Soldier again.
No matter what happens, we have to stay in character. Our lives depend on it. There's no margin for error.
Nice bridge.
Готов отвечать. Зимний солдат.
Hello, gentlemen. Wasn't expecting you, smiling tiger.
His plans changed. We have business to do with Selby.
The usual?
Needs first. Oh?
I love these.
Cheers, comrade.
You have to eat that?
Mmm.
Got word from on high. You ain't welcome here.
I have no business with the power broker. But if he insists, he can either come and talk to me or bring Selby for a chat.
Power broker, really?
Every kingdom needs its king. Let's just pray we stay under his radar.
Do you know him?
Only by reputation. Zimni soldat, pirot в атаку. Didn't take much for him to fall back into form. Stay in character or the whole bar turns on us. Отлично, солдат.
Selby will see you now.
You good?
Ugh.
A lot has changed since you were here last. By the way, I thought you were rotting away in a German prison.
People like us always find a way, don't we?
You're taller than I'd heard. Smiling tiger. What's the offer?
Tell us what you know about the super soldier serum.
Fuck. Ah.
And I give
So
you
weird.
him. Along with the code words to control him, of course.
The super soldier serum is here in Madripoor. Dr. Wilfred Nagel is the man you want to thank, or condemn, depending on what side of this you're on. The power broker had him working on the serum, but things didn't go as planned.
So you killed him?
Isn't-
Oh, that's bad.
Answer it. On speaker.
This is bad.
Hello.
We need to talk about this situation. It's been driving me nuts.
What situation, Sarah? Say it.
The damn boat.
Cass, what'd I tell you about the Cheerios? I don't have confidence.
Sam, I'm sorry. Let me call you back.
Sam. Who's Sam?
Oh.
Kill them!
Fuck. Ah! What the? Wait, you killed her? Her? What's happening?
They're gonna pin this on us.
We have a real problem now, so leave your weapons and follow my lead.
Oh. Was that Bitcoin? Is that Bitcoin just now?
I can't run in these heels!
Here we go. Keep up the super soldier. Who's shooting? Someone's got their back.
Seem to have a guardian angel.
Well, this is too perfect. Drop it, Zemo.
Sharon?
Wait.
You cost me everything.
Sharon, wait. Someone recreated the super soldier serum, and Zemo had a lead.
Well, that explains why you guys are here. And Selby's dead.
So what are you doing here?
I stole Steve's shield, remember? I also took the wings for your ass so that you could save his ass from his ass. Unlike you, I didn't have the Avengers to back me up, so I'm off the grid in Madripoor.
Hey, don't blow that smoke at me. I was on a run, too.
Is big difference.
I am.
Listen, Sharon, we need your help. Please.
This isn't over.
She never got a pardon then.
Should be safe there for a while.
How does she never get a pardon?
Look, I'm sorry I didn't call. But after the blip and the chaos, I just...
Look, you know the whole hero thing is a joke, right? mean, the way you gave up that shield deep down, you must know it's all hypocrisy. By the way, how is the new cap?
Don't get me started.
Please, you buy into all that stars and stripes bullshit. Before you were his pet psychopath, you were Mr. America, Cap's best friend.
She's kind of awful now.
Carly Morgenthau and at least 7 others have taken the serum.
You guys really should steer clear of all of this.
We got a name, Wilfred Nagel.
Nagel works for the Power Broker.
We need your help, Sharon. They cleared the bionic staring machine, and he killed almost everybody he's met.
I heard that.
Security.
All right, a deal then.
So he is right
You
there.
help us out, and I'll get your name cleared.
Try to stay out of trouble. I'll see what I can find. Hey, guys. I found him.
Here we go.
All right, he's in there. Container 4261. I'll keep an eye out when you guys talk to Nagel, but hurry, we're on borrowed time.
I should walk around with that.
Hey, Sharon, you sure this is the right one?
It's completely empty.
Positive it has to be.
It's a trap. Don't go in. It's a trap. Secret door? Yep, secret door.
Who are you? What do you want?
We know you created the super soldier serum.
Get out of my lab.
Hey. You know who he is, right? This is Baron Zemo. I know you've heard of him too, right? You seem like a pretty smart guy, so you better become conversational real quick.
Guys, we have company.
Seems basic. You can shoot him. Oh, company's gone. Company's gone. You got company. Got a pipe.
The bounty hunter in the city is here. We gotta go.
Gas knife. Break it. There you go. You stab me in the butt. Yeah,
Hey.
now you're deaf in one ear.
Okay.
You got tinnitus in one ear. It isn't just like, oh, I can hear now. No, you got tinnitus from that.
When Hydra fell, I was recruited by the CIA. They had blood samples from an American test subject with semi-stable traces of serum in his system. I was able to isolate the necessary compounds in his blood.
Isaiah.
I was a god, but mine was going to be different. Mine was going to be subtle, optimized, perfect. Before I was able to complete my work, I turned to dust. Then when I returned, it was 5 years later. The program had been abandoned, so I came here.
Oh.
The Power Broker was more than happy to fund the recreation of my work.
How many vials did you make?
20?
20?
Carly Morgenthau stole those, so you can only
Oh,
imagine
so
what
that's
the
what
Power
Sam, we
Broker
know what
has
you
planned for
stole.
the poor girl.
It
Where's
wasn't the
Carly now?
supplies, it was his
I don't know
serum.
where she is, but
God damn. Where are these big ass knives?
Guys, we're seriously out of time here.
No! What? Why?
What did you do?
Oh, damn! Zemo man other plans. He's the reason that those guys are after him. Wild. Oh, fuck, there's a lot of chemicals in there.
Anybody see Zemo?
That is gone. Hear it. God damn.
I thought we were gonna go left.
You went the wrong way!
I flagged the way.
I came out first! You're supposed to follow me!
And where are we now?
That's not the time!
You
This is
know!
a barricade.
It's in every action movie!
What? It's in every action movie. Oh, this jackass. Oh, fuck.
Well, that was one hell of a reunion. Get me that pardon you promised me.
Thanks for everything. You're not gonna move your seat up, are you?
No.
We've got a big problem. Actually, a couple of them. I'll tell you in the car. Let's go.
You know, the power broker's gonna catch up with us eventually, right?
That's not a problem. Nagel was killed in Mandrapore. We've got the last of the serum. The power broker is about to come begging. We've got all we need here.
So, you seriously think Sam and Bucky would have broken a guy like Zemo out of prison?
That's exactly what I think they did. They were just as desperate for leads as we were.
Come on, man. You know damn well we can't accuse them of something like that without evidence.
Which is why you and I are just gonna run with this one for a minute.
So I take it what happens next isn't a strictly on the books type thing, is it, Kat?
Lamar, if we get the job done, do you really think they're gonna sweat us on the how?
Danya Madani. She's a refugee.
Yeah, see, he's just his suspect.
I'm on it.
He's so suspect.
Get a hit. Well done. Thanks, Torres.
Guy's just sus as hell.
You okay?
Yeah, just thinking about all the shit Sharon had to go through. And Nagel referring to the American test subject like Isaiah wasn't even a real person. Just makes me wonder how many people have to get steamrolled to make way for this hunk of metal.
The hunk of metal saved a lot of lives.
Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have put it in a museum. Maybe I should have destroyed it.
Ow.
But that shit represents a lot of things to a lot of people, including me. World's upside down. We need a new cap, and it ain't gonna be Walker. So before you go and destroy it, I'm gonna take it from him myself.
Diego, let it second van. It's the mother load.
You've been for our whole camp. You're just sitting on this stuff. All right. You good?
Filthy flag smashers.
You've had 6 months worth of supplies just sat there in that building. Don't you understand? We're fighting for our lives.
This seems like a regular day.
Oh, you taking the car?
No.
Why not? Oh, shit!
There were still people in there.
This is the only language these people understand.
That's why she didn't want to take the car, because she knew it was going to be a bomb and she'll blow it up herself?
I heard what became of Sokovia. We are here. I'm gonna go on a walk.
You good?
Yeah. See you guys in a bit. You dropped something. I was wondering when you were gonna show up.
Hey! Alright, that was episode 3, and they're definitely bringing like the worlds all together. They're bringing Sharon, I believe, from Civil War back in. They're bringing in, I don't know which, I think it's like the Malaji Warriors or Don Malaji's Warriors, right, from Black Panther. So the fact that Bucky recognized the bull, because he probably recognized it was vibranium, and because he's just been around Wakanda so much that he realized it. So I don't know what she's gonna do, because she said she wants Zemo, and now Bucky has to convince her like to back off a bit because they need Zemo so they can find out who has the other serums that had the other super soldier serums in it. I don't know who they have to go to because the Power Broker's dead, as I know, because she was that woman and she's dead. Now Zemo on the team. He's got his purple mask for some odd reason. I don't know the significance of the purple mask. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments down below, like what's the significance of that. I don't know. But yeah, you're also gonna have, but with Malachi Warriors, I don't know if they can bring more of them in, but or just this one. But it's gonna be really interesting. Cause how would she even know that Zemo escaped? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Wakanda does have like technology as far advanced, so they have like probably scanners all over the world and stuff. So that'd be pretty cool. But they're sending one warrior after Zemo, which is pretty interesting. And you got to see the flag smashers. Well, we got to see Curly, at least Curly's aspect of it, where it's when it officially becomes terrorism. Because before it was like you're stealing supplies from the GRC, but now officially, she blew up her car to blow up that area, to blow up that whole station, so they're not there anymore. So she has committed terrorism officially now. I know before it was like stealing and getting resources, which is it's bad, but it's not like straight up destruction of life and all that. So you have officially crossed that line into terrorism. So we'll see how that's gonna line up too. And now that Walker and Battlestar, they're gonna go try to talk to Zemo, but they're gonna realize that he's not there anymore. So the alarm's gonna be sound that Zemo is out there and about. I really find it interesting that Sam didn't get Sharon pardoned. I find that really odd. But with everything happening, it's gonna be really interesting. And they did reference Isaiah again, how they synthesized that serum, and they took it from Isaiah, and then working into making the serum into what it is now. But the only reason it stopped because of the blip, because the 5 years had passed, and they stopped right there. So the science is now dead. So any serums that are out there are what's out and about. So it's gonna be really interesting to see where this goes, because they're gonna have to probably do kind of similar with Civil War, where they're gonna be against like one versus the other, but like everyone's on the side of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So no one wants to be a part of this Cap and Battlestar. Like no one wants to be a part of that right now. But with the Flag Smashers taking that hard line, I don't know what's gonna mean for the Flag Smashers, how they're gonna do as the grouping as picked. Because they did talk about what you would have done if it wasn't for all this. What would you have done? And Carly, she wanted to be like a teacher, and now she is this revolutionary, but she's right now she's just a terrorist. You have stolen all these supplies and stuff, but there were people inside that you blew up a car to and killed a lot of people. Even if you blew up the building, which is terrible, you didn't take the lives of people. At least took them out, but you killed them knowing that people were in there, knowing that you were gonna blow up that car, knowing that. So it's on that next level, but taking it to that next extent, because it was bad enough, but it's just when you cross that line, it's like anything you recognize is this way of getting things done. They don't really recognize you as a serious threat unless you do something really, really devastating. So it's pushing that at end to see where the Flag Smashers are going and how they're gonna push forward. I don't know how they're gonna do this, because Walker can't fight any of them. So I don't know what he's gonna do. Battlestar, he's a regular dude. I don't know. They reference Isaiah again, so maybe Isaiah comes in maybe at the end and he gets the shield and he becomes a new Cap. I don't know, but because it's still really early in the season, so I don't really know what to expect, what to predict in this whole situation. But with Sharon, out in, I think it was Latvia, right? And she just wants that pardon so she can be, I guess, able to go wherever she wants. But still, with the Dormology, there, it's ramping up. It's gonna get that serious level. It wasn't that action packed this one, but I think it's mostly been you deal with the Flag Smashers. And I don't really like Walker. It's just he got spit on and he goes, "You know who I am." It's like, you're no one, dude. You're literally a guy who was giving a shield. Honestly, you don't have the super service. You're not on that level. You know what I mean? I just don't like Walker. I don't know. Anyone else, if they like Walker, you can put it down below if you do or not. I don't know. And plus, just how he acts, it's just sus, man. It's so sus. But with all that being said, with all that done, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe. What you think about the episode? Put it all down below. And as always, I'll see you later. Take it easy.